Okay, so when you typed A, B, and C for number 2, this is what you got for X when it's a positive. If I change it to a minus, okay, it gives you a decimal. Mine gave me a fraction because I had done something previously. But if you take the X equals out, you don't need the X equals. It gives you this little button up here to where you can change back and forth from decimal to fraction. So really you don't need the X equals in the front. Also, if you copy Control C, if you copy that, Control C, and you type it down at the bottom, Control V, okay, and change to a positive, now you don't have to keep flipping back and forth, positive and negative. Now you have both answers at the same time. You have the negative answer and you have the positive one. So here are my two answers, 1, negative 9 over 2. So X equals 1. X equals negative 9 over 2. And that's it. You have to make sure, I'm only going to do problem number 4 with you. You have to make sure that there's nothing ever on the left side. So when you move this over, it becomes a minus 6x. And you have to take it away from that one because they both have an x. So what's 15x minus 6x? That gives you 11x. And it's a positive. And then the x squared comes down. And then you don't have a c, so the c is 0 equals 0. So when you write down your letters, A is 1. Okay? B is 11. I got that from there. And C, if there is no C, it's a 0. It has to have, you have to have an A, a B, and a C. You have to. Okay? And you have to do the math to combine if you need to combine. Because today when you do delta math, some of those you're going to have to combine. And if you don't know how to combine them, you're going to be getting the wrong answers. Okay? Over here, what's my A? 3. What's my B? There is no B. This is where my B is. And there is no B, so it's 0. And what's my C? Negative 12. So when you type it in Desmos, those are the numbers you're typing in to get your two solutions. So let me type 3, 0, and negative 12. 3, 0, negative 12. My two answers are negative 2 and positive 2. So right here, I would just type x equals 2 and x equals negative 2. Or you can say x equals plus minus 2. Because it can be a positive or it can be a negative. Okay? And then the last one, if you type these numbers in, what does it give you? I have a 1, 11, and 0. So 1 is A, 11 is B, and C is 0. That gives me a negative 11 and a 0. Negative 11. So x equals negative 11 and x equals 0. Okay, make sure that you are practicing putting both. Look what I did. I did 2 of them. I did one that has a plus, and I did one that has a minus. So if you have both of them typed in there, then that'll help you. That way you don't have to keep going back and forth with the plus and the minus. Okay, when you go to delta math, you're going to have problems like this. So all you have to do is put 15 is A, B is negative 22, C is 8. Your answers, you're going to separate them with a comma. So let's say my first answer is, say, 3. And then I put a comma. It's going to separate it and add me another one so that I can put my second answer here. If it's no solution, you're going to type no solution. Okay? Some of these, if it has a number over there, you have to move this over, change the sign so that becomes a minus 1. So then my C would not be 26, my C would be 25. If you don't change it, you're not going to get the right answer. And make sure that you ask questions while you're doing this. You only have 6 problems to do, so practice as much as possible.